Are we going?
Hey!
Do you
Live!
want to kiss an alien girl? Do you want to kiss an amphibian girl? Do you want to kiss a
Disgusting.
Troy girl? Do you want to have a
Hey,
weird tadpole? This is Alpha Podrants, everyone, and it's a conversation about strange things, and all in the Star Trek universe, and maybe going other places too. We'll see. We'll see where it goes, everyone. But guess what?
what?
It's a special time in Star Trek land because it's
Okay.
Spocktober.
Who said?
Spocktober.
He's lost his
Dun,
goddamn
dun.
mind.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, just the obligatory dun, dun, dun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and maybe that'll make him stop, is what you mean, Charles?
Okay.
One would hope. Yeah.
Happy Spocktober, everyone.
Happy Spocktober.
Yep. Spocktober.
I don't even know what it is. I'm not fucking doing it.
Live long and prosper, everybody.
It just,
I mean-
it's a derivative, and because of the whole, we're not part of the Dabbleverse, but the Jocktober thing. I used to be an Opie and Anthony fan, so it's Spocktober instead of Jocktober. You see?
So there's not a Spocktober, so this whole thing was a trick?
Yeah, I did see some people write it, so there might be some sort of festivities going on. I didn't really
Hello, Bex.
get those echoes out
I
fast.
am.
I'm
There's a lot of them to
surprised
get
that
out, man.
Paramount hasn't done a Spocktober already. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, me
Really?
too. Luke, hold still. Wiggle, 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 go. Wiggle, 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 go. Wiggle, 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 go. Stop. Okay.
Okay.
That was
Just
totally worth
don't
it.
do this. This is copyrighted.
Hey, we were
Well,
doing
okay.
that long before. I'm tired of all this shit.
and
The
the
Crab
this,
Nation makes and the world takes.
That's right. Everyone takes from the Crab Nation.
Yeah, I'm not sitting
We
here
have a
standing for this.
communique.
anymore.
A harmful alien species has just gone live on their channel as well.
Oh, great.
We don't need to. All right, we don't need to
add-
mention that. The scary, violent. They're very. They're like Kazon, Catalan, Kazon. Holy shit, Kazalanos.
If you're
They're
gonna
the
fucking
case-
ruin the show, I'll just talk about Enterprise and how I watched A Night in Sick Bay. What a weird fucking episode.
Oh, that's a great episode.
It's such a weird
It's
episode.
the weirdest episode. I
Believe
just
it.
saw an article. An article claims that is one of the. That's the episode that not only killed the series but killed the entire franchise until
don't-
the new movies.
I don't believe that.
Until
I
the
don't
Kelvin
believe that.
movies.
No, Billingsley's great. He's great. Phlox was one of my favorite characters from that whole series.
Yeah, but it's like a horny archer the whole time, and suddenly he's in love with T'Pol. There was no hints in that at all. And what's going on with T'Pol? She's like the ship whore. I mean, like 1 minute she's fucking flirting with the Brit, then she's flirting with Trip. Well, vice versa, other way around.
She
I
doesn't
think.
know how to flirt.
She's
well,
very
she's been on.
she's conflicted with her emotions. I think that's what happened around that time.
Okay, first off, how can she be conflicted with her emotions when she was like fully Vulcan, as in she was not like half Vulcan like Spock, and she went through the ritual, I think it's called the Ritual of Kolinar, where she fully purged her emotions. I thought she did that.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
That's
Yeah.
about right. Well, you know what? Yeah, it's early. What are you, season 2 now of Enterprise, Jim?
Correct.
Okay, so it's too early for her to be affected by other factors that would affect her emotionally. So I won't go into that right now.
Well,
But
Well, good.
But Charles knows what I'm talking about.
You did see the episode with the other Vulcans, though, the ones that weren't following logic, right?
Yes.
Oh, the mind meld
Okay,
guys.
So she had a little bit of a mind meld with that guy. Started thinking about weird shit. Also, there was the episode with the where they found the hidden base in the monastery, right? With the Andorians, where
right.
the Andorians were like commandos and they were attacking it. So she's questioning Vulcan, like Vulcan logic in general.
So
She's
that's
questioning
why
everything.
her character. I'm wondering why have they made her? They changed her voice right after that night in sickbay episode where she kind of like they leave it ambiguous as to whether she told Archer she feels the same way, but they shouldn't, or she was like, "Yo, fuck off, old creepy guy. I don't want your lips on me." It was one or the other, but ever since then, her voice has been it's not the same voice. It's like she's talking soft and human.
She's trying to be sexy. That's why do you think they brought 7 of 9 to Voyager? They're trying to pull in viewership. I think that's why they did.
Well, it's a good thing they did, didn't they? Because we
Yeah.
wouldn't have had that excellence in Picard.
Oh yeah, because like I said, they made her more sultry. There were a lot more scenes in the decontamination chamber with them rubbing gel on each other.
Oh my God, the Chinese lady was rubbing T'Pol was rubbing Archer, and Archer was rubbing the dog.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the dog was
That's
digging it. And the dog
Did
was
they?
digging
Or,
it.
I don't remember
Poor
that. Did they
Porthos.
actually end up like putting the decontamination gel on Porthos?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
One episode they did. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Anything-
fuck's sake!
Anything organic. It's sort of like the gel is like an antibiotic, antiseptic, kind of gets rid of instead of they could
No,
scan you
no,
later
no,
on.
Becky, no.
You don't want to take a sonic shower with her?
No,
Ah.
no.
What- I thought
Charles
like,
setting this one out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That's how we get clean on the ship.
And I
Watch
can
out.
attest, having
You never know
seen
who's going to
that,
be behind you. Whoa! Oh, jeez! It didn't.
Charles got that nice tan going. I like that.
Wait, I don't think it's right that Mbunga was wearing Charles' face.
I'm offended.
Look at that face. He's really enjoying that shower.
Oh my god!
Oh boy, Charles.
I
But
mean,
yeah, so they
I have
basically
to
said,
ask, wouldn't,
go ahead.
would a sonic shower even be relaxing? Because you would just stand there having a bunch of sonic waves just hitting your body.
But you're still naked.
Well, what makes
No.
a shower invigorating, other than the fact that a normal shower, what makes it invigorating, other than the fact that it gets you clean, it generates positive ions, and positive ions make you feel good. So that's why after a shower you feel great. That's part of the. Would a sonic shower replicate that? I don't know. It's hard to
I don't
say.
know either. It's just like that's a question that has been asked many times over the years.
Yeah. So the sonic shower sonically blows the dirt off of your body somehow. The wiener. Oh, maybe over your wiener.
So, just anyone out there, like you said, positive ions from a shower make you feel better. So if you're feeling a little depressed, jump in the shower.
Exactly.
Maybe it'll help just a little bit. I'm not saying it's going to pull you out of it. Just a
Shower.
little bit of positivity.
Yeah.
But the sonic shower does have that vibration, and that's what it is sometimes too. I like to stand there and turn
So it jiggles your balls, is what
Yes.
you're saying.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Where you turn the head, you start manipulating the head, like and clicking it and like really like twisting
Oh,
it
good
around.
question though. Any
You ain't
shower
twisting
nozzle
my head,
stuff for the
pal.
ladies with a sonic shower?
But the head, my shower head has a, like a massaging pulse. So you put that on your back, and that feels nice.
That does
So
sound nice.
the sonic shower maybe has the same thing. It has different settings, different people like a different vibration. So you just kind of stand. It's almost like a meditation. Like if you
Who
were-
bets? Yeah, Stan. You mean
temple.
squat over it? He squats over that thing.
Get my ball right under the thing, and that's too much.
Ooh.
Ow.
Charles, this is a professional show. Try to keep your cat down.
I hear a kitty.
Quiet.
Even cats love alpha podrants.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So because
Pussy joke.
it is what is it? Spocktober.
Spocktober. Not to be confused with Jocktober.
I mean, I started looking around, and this was kind of cool. This was a nice painting.
Ooh,
someone
that is
made.
evil Spock indeed. Evil Spock. That goes beyond mirror, mirror.
Yeah, I was thinking about Mirror Mirror and how it's weird how Next Generation was the only show that did not have an
Yeah.
Terran Empire episode, I
Right.
guess you'd call it.
It didn't have well, maybe not Terran Empire, but it had a mirror episode, didn't it?
No.
They
No.
never went into the mirror universe. They
Yeah.
had a bunch of weird psychological type things that happened with people. They went into like a different timeline sometimes that happened to Riker, which it ended up being something different. There's a lot of weird time stuff and a lot of weird like, shifting of perhaps the way their civilization is just a slightly, but it's not a complete change like Mirror Mirror in the Terran Empire.
Right.
I would like to see that, and I thought maybe that would be a fun series to come out with if you like as like a graphic novel.
Right.
You could make it really nasty and heavy with some of the same characters. It wouldn't all be on the same ship probably, but I think it would be kind of interesting.
Jim,
So,
did you see the dark side on the Enterprise yet? On their version of Mirror Mirror?
I think that's third season.
No, I think it is later.
Then I won't tell you anything. There's some nice surprises in it.
Well, then I'll immediately change gears to say it claims there actually was a Mirror Universe episode in TNG called Parallels.
Really?
That was
it
a
wasn't-
different unit. But it was very close to. Yes, I remember that one. I think,
Does a mirror necessarily? Well, I guess because you see things in reverse. But I mean, they're doing the same exact things to you. A mirror mimics you. It's not like it does the
but
reverse options.
everything changed. It wasn't like the characters from this went to the other one. It's like everything changed around them, and then it changed. And like one or two people kind of realized something's going on. Actually, one of them, it was Guinan, and she had to try to convince Picard that shit wasn't right. And, you know.
I remember
trusted
that.
her.
I remember that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You remember that?
I fiddle.
Hi, Fennel.
So one thing, I don't know if Jim can go into the private chat, and
Sure
bring
can.
up the thing that I put there.
Which one? The thing computer put there?
Yes, the computer.
Ooh, I would.
put
So
there.
so this is a new. I already know what you're doing. You are doing a new installment of everyone's favorite segment. Would Charles fuck it?
Ah, the man trap. Ooh, that would be painful if you put something in there.
Do you want to kiss a man trap girl?
Oh no, no
Do
teeth.
you want to have
No
sex
teeth,
with this
please.
thing?
Yeah, this is what we're. Oh no, that's Becky's cunt.
Oh, it has
Exposed.
teeth. Ooh, ooh. How painful.
High flex 316.
Can you flex it into that mouth right there, boy? Mm.
So is that it? Was Becky's cunt / would Charles fuck it joke?
That was. Wait a minute. That was.
Well,
This is what
Jim-
you sent.
Oh,
Well,
shit,
Jim, there
it
goes
was
your
a-
PG.
Did you send the
13.
wrong
Hold
thing?
on. I think I. Dude, how did that
You
happen?
son of a.
I heard that.
No. Yeah, well, did you hear the blues are calling? Tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
Yes, yes.
Now, what do you think that theme song's about? Clearly, I think it's about gay rendezvous in back alleys and bathrooms. Because I mean, it's all about tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
He was actually asked about that, and supposedly the song really doesn't reflect the series at all, but in a very abstract way. It's just that everything's all scrambled up. It's salad and scrambled eggs are kind of like dissimilar things, and they're
It's
being forced
licked
to mix together.
buttholes and jiggled balls, Mr. Kish. You can say it. You can whatever you want to say, but it's not true.
Well, it's not tossed salad in that respect. You're trying to see a little more sexuality
is
into it. I don't think so.
Luke, how long are we gonna have to sit here looking at Becky's cunt?
Be nice.
Okay, yeah, this is the right
Ouch.
one. Go to the other link that I put in there. I mean, we can continue to look at this because
Do you
it just.
want to have sex
know.
with Richard Kish?
Have you ever had a blowjob from a girl that had?
What do you want? Would you,
Not
Charles?
that
Would
one.
you stick your
Warp,
dick
no
in that?
teeth.
What
No,
do you
you-
want me to look at? I'm putting what you send.
Those
You're
are
just
those-
trying. You keep sending pictures of Becky's cunt.
That's his teeth on the real teeth on the bottom, but those are definitely Klingon teeth on the top.
No, okay. So I found a list of the scariest episodes of Star Trek ever, and it was
Oh.
there were 10 in the list. This was number 10, Genesis from the Next Generation.
Let's see,
This was an episode where there was actually Commander Barclay, or no, Lieutenant Barclay, had a disease named after him at the end of this because they did an away mission. They came back, and he started to change.
Oh, that's right. They all started to morph into. Oh yeah.
So he's on the
man.
left. He started to change into basically a spider.
Oh,
I forget
horrible.
who the middle is. Is that?
Oh, that's the Japanese assistant and
In the
right?
Oh, she's the nurse.
the nurse. Yeah.
Yeah. And is that Geordi to the right?
Man, that's horrific.
That's Geordi. But they all started changing. Riker turned into some sort of like,
He's
Cro-Magnon
giving the
man.
finger. He's sticking his middle finger up.
he is.
Like,
Oh, someone put that there.
fuck you,
know
I
what?
made fire.
He turned
And
into
then that's where this comes back to. So this
Fish-
was Deanna
fish
turning
woman.
into some sort of toad, some amphibious creature.
amphibious. Oh yeah, and then Picard becomes like a mouse, like a small mammal.
Like a lemur kind of. Yeah.
small
something
scared
like that.
mammal. Yeah, I remember that.
But then Worf turned into a giant, crazy, like razorback tusked horn
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
It was nuts. And he's trying to break down the door to get to Troy because I think
He wanted to
she
have
had
sex
a
with
bite
Troy.
on her face or something. There was something that happened where she had a bite on her face from him. Because at that point, they were actually starting to see each other a little bit. And then, the next one, I don't know why I didn't even give you the right link, but this was number 10, and this is one of my favorite episodes, actually. It was weird because it was just an action episode. Oh, see, there we go. It's scrolling
22
down
scariest episodes.
What are you looking for?
now. Oh, well, these are just, they're
from the various
listing out
series,
which
yeah.
ones. So the Man Trap was the next one. Yeah, these Dead Stop.
Oh, I think I
Oh.
recall this episode.
Where
Meriwether
Where they
is
went to that.
replaced. Yeah.
Yeah, they went to that fucking space station that
Mhm.
fixes. It was like automated.
Oh, right, and it didn't charge anything. It took your body. It took someone's body. It took Mayweather.
It took deuterium. It took some sort
Yeah.
of things you had, but they were like, man, they didn't take a lot of stuff. Eventually,
They
they
took
found
Mayweather.
Meriwether was like a almost exact copy of himself. He wasn't really human, but it was like down to the microscopic. They really had
Right,
to look hard to find that he was a copy.
Well, what they found was a bunch of like parasites that Dr. Florp had put into him as part of a inoculation or something.
Oh yeah.
And they were all dead in the replication.
That's right. Did I just
Charles
see
Whedon, this
Stargate?
comment is for you. Did I just see Stargate? Asks
Ooh, there
Flex
you
3160.
Where would he have seen Stargate?
I don't know. He's a crazy person, clearly.
Let's see, which one's next? All the children
Aw.
shall lead. Yeah. Where they go to a planet and it's only kids there.
Yep.
I don't
they- That's the original
Hail,
series.
fire,
Don't
and
recall.
snow. I remember that.
So am I supposed to go through, look over the words, or just
scroll
stop
down.
on the pictures?
Nah, if we remember anything about it. I don't really know.
I
You want to
don't
read through
remember.
the whole thing? That's up to
I
you.
don't. This
Persistence
one looks
of
weird.
Voyager. There was some weird Voyager
There's
episodes.
an
I don't know.
evil Amish woman.
She gonna make a cake or something?
I vaguely remember that episode.
Bunch of dead people. Oh yeah. Oh,
Night terrors.
creepy.
Wait, hold on. Go back to the top of that.
Where,
Oh,
like,
that was
just
next generation. Okay, never mind. That's not the episode I'm thinking of.
So
Which one are
this
you
is
thinking
where
of?
I'm thinking of a Voyager episode where it's the episode
Yeah,
where
go
they
back
were
up.
dealing with the clown guy. He was like,
with Michael, what's his name?
Yes,
From,
Sergeant
yeah.
Greenleaf. That stuff was awesome. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt, but like when they shown that part of the ship that was blown up and how you could see the steel beams inside, really gave you a great perspective of the starships.
Yeah, that was cool. That was
Yeah.
cool.
But back to that episode of Voyager that I was thinking of. It's just like it was the episode where those people were stuck in some type of like simulation in their heads where they were
Right.
unable to get out of, and they were being held captive by this AI that took on the persona of some kind of clown persona.
Right. Who was
and-
Fear? He was Fear.
He was like there was this whole thing where he kept saying like the only thing to fear is fear itself. And he
Right.
said it in a way that was very creepy.
Oh yeah, that's. I'm trying to remember the actor's name, but he was in Better Call Saul. You know who I'm talking about. His first name is Michael. I can't think of his last name.
Yeah, but
right
he
now.
he played Saul's brother. He played
yeah.
Saul's brother. But
Yep.
Yeah.
He was
that
great.
that
He-
episode I count to be
yeah.
one of Voyager's best episodes.
Oh
that-
yeah.
Yeah, that episode was a fucking masterpiece. It's just holy shit. I mean, wow.
Yep. Janeway makes that famous quote that fear is something to be conquered.
Yeah.
That
It's
was
not. Yeah.
Oh, breaking news, Charles Whedon.
Mhm.
You know, that son of a bitch Luke likes to be a little jerk and put cameras in the sonic shower and take pictures of you and show it to the whole world. Well,
Yeah.
you finally get your revenge as we've now got pictures of Luke in the sonic shower.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
I like to
hope
get it
you're-
right in there.
Hope you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, there you go. So, fucking.
Yeah, just get it right in there where it's like right.
Can you feel the vibration,
Wait,
Luke?
this
I'll
no,
bet he
this
does.
was Jim. Wait, how did this come back
That
on
is
me? 'Cause
not
Jim was the
Jim.
one who was saying he likes, colonics. Hey, let's go get our asses sprayed with
This
my
has
boss
nothing to
and
do with
shit.
me.
Like,
You were the
what
one who said
hell?
you thought Umbenga looked nice and shiny
A
in that fucking
sonic
shower.
I wanted to feel the good vibrations on my bulbations.
Well, I don't know. You did it. Achieve.
Looks like you're about to take a dump there, Luke. Jeez.
Well, I mean,
Well,
you do need to
having
get like
trouble.
a proper cleaning. So
yeah,
I mean,
really. Naughty boy. Naughty,
So this one,
naughty.
the one that with that picture was they were having hallucinations and everyone was having paranoia. That's a lot of what happened on the Next Generation. Some of the scarier episodes.
Here's
were
what you
these
do. Just say
very
next.
psych-
Roll the next one, please, Jim. Just do that. Okay, that's all you got to do, and then I'll know, and I won't keep scrolling up and down. It's much better if we do it like the. Go
And
ahead.
roll the next one, Jim.
All right, and next up on the list we have Miri.
Miri.
Just a picture of a random girl.
Oh, that's where they when they got to a certain age, they got sick. And
No,
and
this
I
is one
don't
with
know.
That just this little girl was alive on the planet. She was very aggressive, and she would like run after them and stuff.
oh, there you go. Yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
says
Was
no.
she-
Kish
was
is
she
right.
like-
It says it was aggressive children, not just her.
Right.
Was she like
Oh, aggressive
feral
children. Oh,
or
you're right.
something?
Once they reach puberty, right? They
Yeah.
develop these sores on their faces, and then they would get and if they were older, like the Spock and Kirk and whatnot, they would get old. So they saw those
Oh, they
people getting
just
old, and then
super
eventually
age.
they said, "Oh God, now we're going to be next when we reach puberty." So, yep, faded. Wonder why one faded to die. So,
Oh, okay.
That was the Naked Now, right? The one where they were all horned up on TNG, episode 3, season
Yes.
1, something like that. Episode 4, maybe.
No, season 1, episode 2, I think was the name.
Well, no,
That's
1
the
and
episode-
2 are Encounter at Farpoint.
That's
three.
the episode where I
Three.
talk about how they are all affected by the radiation from that nebula that makes them behave like they're drunk, and Tasha Yar decides to have sex with Data.
Yes, and they confirm that Data has a dong.
Wow, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's fully functional.
fully,
Yeah,
fully
we get
functional.
further confirmation of that
He
in
shoots
Star Trek
cum.
first- we
Is
get-
his cum green?
Oh god damn it! I don't need this information.
His blood
cum-
is green.
His cum is 1 and zeros, right?
Oh, so
Oh.
Data's a Vulcan, huh?
Isn't his blood green? Isn't it? Doesn't it have like green oil inside of him or
Doesn't really
something?
have
No,
blood. I
no.
don't.
We
No, he's
found out that
10W40,
Data's
right?
blood, as far as I know, has more of
Oil can.
like a yellowish brown color.
Well, then that would be the color of his semen, yellowish brown.
Oh, as if he was jaundiced.
Yeah, well, if it were a human, it'd be a
Rusty.
problem. But
Vulcan
in case
blood
of
is
Data-
green because Vulcan blood is copper based.
Copper, very good, Charles. That's right.
Yeah.
And what do Vulcans smell like? I forgot. It's sulfur, right? They smell like
Well, that's
eggs.
Vulcan.
Yeah.
It's. I mean,
And they-
it's volcanic.
Yeah, and they claim
Sulfur.
that humans smell.
I'll have to look. I'll have to
Vulcans
look.
don't like the smell of humans. In fact, that's one of the first things T'Pol said, I have to get used to the smell here. But you're showered. I
that
don't
is
care.
A
You
nasal
still-
suppressant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rude. The ball is rude.
They have a smell of copper. So they smell of
They smell like
they have a
pennies.
bitter
Like
smell
poor
of
people.
copper. Yeah, they smell like pennies.
They smell pennies.
let's watch the anti-Semitic humor, boys.
Ah, chimney.
I
Well, that's
almost
just a
said
lot of
something.
pennies. Okay, never mind.
Why do
almost-
Vulcans hate
I
earthquakes?
almost said it.
Why? Why do
Because they're
Vulcans?
always shaking things up. I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good.
Look, I can't write two gems in a day. I came up with this gem earlier. Why did Nosferatu hire Renfield?
I give up.
Because he's a real goal getter.
Oh, good one.
Take
Jim.
Classic.
that. Well, that
Oh
gives
yes,
us a chance
Vulcans
to do
smell
this.
like period blood. A good observation, lady.
Well
something-
said, Bex.
Oh, that's kind of smaller than I thought it would be. All right.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
You can't blow that up.
So I'll read it. Someone does these. These are they've done these for years, and every once in a while I catch one and I'll read it. But it's Star Trek Data and LaForge. Jordy, did you know vampires are not real? Of course I do, unless you count Dracula.
God, Count Dracula.
Well, you
That was the
mentioned
joke?
Nosferatu, so I had to go there. So. See, it all works out, people.
God
Just
damn it. That actually took me a minute to realize what he was saying. Damn it.
unless you count Dracula.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wait. So you just randomly had a Dracula joke to combat my random Dracula joke. So do you got another one of those to show us? No.
I had-
Okay.
I-
well,
I had this. I
The
got
universe
this.
provides.
Announcement.
nobody
Star Trek
cares.
Prodigy. It's
Oh,
coming to
that's the
Netflix.
Cancel it
Series
again.
With Janeway, right? Janeway has a bunch of delinquent kids on a starship.
Hey,
She's
there's
the
more reason to
holographic-
cancel it. Yeah, she's a
She's the
hologram.
holographic command hologram. Now, there's all kinds of holograms. Actually, towards the end of Voyager, didn't the Doctor wanted to integrate command into his programming, and he started doing experiments with that. So essentially, at some point, the
say
entire
that.
ship could be run by holograms. Just have a hologram for every section. There you go.
Oh, Jonathan Frakes directed an Orville episode.
Theoretically,
Didn't know that.
Well, he's talking about the Italian version, the Orvili, he keeps calling it, but multiple episodes. No,
Theoretically speaking, you could have an entire Starfleet vessel like
Filled with
period
crew
blood on your
by
face. That's right.
holograms.
Yeah,
could.
as long as it had the holo projectors out in the everywhere, or they had the units, because eventually
Yeah.
the Doctor from the future
Gets
got
the mobile
a,
emitter. Yeah.
mobile holographic emitter, and then
All sounds
gets
like sex.
then he goes onto
Yeah,
his ship
boy.
with a bunch of other holograms who are trying to liberate themselves from the solids
Yeah.
world. And anyway. All right, the adversary is the next one. That was the Deep Space Nine episode.
Oh,
Do
that's
you
right.
remember-
That's where Odo kills another changeling, and that curses
Yes.
him with the founders.
Yes.
That's what
That
causes
was
him
a
to be
good
turned
episode.
human at one point. That's
That
right.
was a very good episode.
That was a
Because
good
he's still
episode.
doing his job. At this point, he had joined the link. He had been to the home planet. They knew about him, and or had they yet? Maybe not. He gets a calling to go there at some point. Remember, he's on the ship. They're in the was it the Gamma Quadrant? And he pretty much takes a shuttle with Kira, and she's like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "I don't know, but I'm having this calling. I gotta go." And that's when he goes to the link. He finds his way. I think that's when they judge him too. Or
Yeah. What happens is it doesn't like from that point. But like then from this point, from the adversary to the point where he gets judged, it's several episodes in between them. But
Okay.
eventually he does get that instinctual calling where he feels compelled to go back to the link, and he takes Kira with him. And when he goes there, he doesn't really know what's going to happen, but when he
Right.
finally shows up, that's when they tell him, "You killed another changeling, you have to be judged." And he is like,
Exactly.
"Okay." He accepts it, and he gets judged, and he doesn't know what's going to happen.
Sorry, Charles. Announcement. I win. Our new audience member Flex is a big stupid idiot. Haha. I win.
Wait a minute,
Jonathan Frakes.
John F. Kennedy directed 2 episodes of The Orville. Wow!
I just saw that. Damn
Holy
you,
shit.
Becky.
Wow.
Jonathan Frakes.
What happens?
Apologies,
when
we
he gets judged, he actually is forced into becoming a solid,
That's right.
which for a changeling is like
Still
the
sounds
worst
like sex.
punishment that they can ever receive.
Yep. And he opted to keep that face because he wanted to be reminded of what
oh,
happened.
that's right. We're not going to
He-
give you.
The doctor said, "I
the
can give you any
full
face you want at this point." He says, "No, I want this face just to remind me."
Yep.
Yeah,
He's like, I like the job security.
yeah, but
The
no, it's
actor.
now one of the things. Now that leads into one of the best moments in Deep Space Nine, at least for me, for Odo's character arc, and that is how he was able to become a changeling again. It
Oh,
was
that's
the
right.
it was the episode where he found the other changeling, and it was that whole
Yes.
episode where he was trying to teach that younger changeling on how to become like Odo.
That-
And that changeling, of course, eventually died, but sacrificed itself by being absorbed into Odo and
Giving him back his
giving him back his changeling powers.
Right.
And that was a great fucking episode.
Yeah, that was a great
that
episode because he also
arc
hooks up with
was
the Bajoran scientist that worked with him when he was in the
Mhm.
same his early stages, and
Yes.
they ran tests. And once he realized he was sentient, worked with him to develop him to the point where he where he is today.
Yeah,
at
that
this
is one of my favorite DS9 episodes.
Because that's
And
his-
remember, in that episode, Odo couldn't get the changeling to do it at anything, and he was
Mhm.
like, "Do you want me to show you how I got you to do it?" And he's like
exactly.
hitting him with a little bit of electric shock and things like that. He's like, "Yeah, but it hurt me." He's like, "It got you to do stuff." Though.
Exactly,
It's-
exactly.
So it's like this weird, I use like torture and corporal punishment to make you turn into you. And look what happened. Do you
Yeah.
hate you? I don't know.
The Bajoran scientist was a father figure, and it took that whole episode for Odo to realize that, and he embraced him as that near the end, and kind of bonded with him. So that,
Oh,
Like I
so
said-
it was grooming, like this guy said.
oh yeah,
Oh, God.
but yeah, Odo. If you think about it, Odo has Quark to thank because Quark sold him the. It was like a pendant, and there was that little jar at the end that contained that little changeling. He got it from Quark.
Oh no shit.
And be-
I don't
Oh yeah,
remember that.
yeah.
Of
That's
course
how
he
got,
did. Yeah.
That's how he got it.
the more I talk about DS9, the more I want to watch it again.
Oh God, it's. I never tire
We
of
have
watching
to have a
certain
count on
episodes.
that. How many
Before we-
episodes in a row has Charles said that?
Get a count how many times he's seen the goddamn series in a whole. He's already at
No,
8.
no, I can count on one hand how many times I've watched DS9. 3 times.
Well, if you have Pluto TV, they were running it, and that's where I really got to take and rewatch a lot of the episodes again.
Richard
Again and
Kish
again.
works for Pluto because we can also get a counter of how many times he said that. Let's get to this important question. They all want to know. See, good question. Ponder we shall. Oh, you son of a bitch with your Star Wars. Are changelings trans? Now, I think yes, because I'm watching The Boys spin-off Gen V currently, and there's a changeling type character there. Kind of, I guess. Well, I guess it changes from a boy to a girl.
I think what like you're talking about I can't remember the character's name, but I know who you're talking
The
about.
one who's doing the bloody girl.
Who?
I'm not up to date with the show, dude.
Whoops.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Spoilers.
Yeah, but no,
Tee.
the character describes themselves as bigender. That's what they would describe themselves as.
So what's a changeling? They can turn into ladies, right?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I'm
the,
not
the
sure.
changelings cannot switch they're genderless. They do not have specific
Exactly.
genders.
Oh, so
well,
they're specifically not trans.
Yeah,
so they
they're,
don't.
they're genderless.
They don't reproduce
don't
then, I
even-
guess,
don't-
right?
They don't even reproduce the same
Right.
way we do. They don't. How do I describe it?
Asexual.
Like asexual. There we go.
Asexual.
That's the best way to describe it. Like as she was described as their leader, the female changeling. The only reason why she
Asexual
was
what?
described as the female changeling is because she was female in appearance. And she was also played by a woman. She was played by a woman. But the changeling herself was not female as we understand it.
Right.
She was just female as we perceived her.
She looked like a female, but she
She
wasn't
did.
necessarily female. Right.
Yeah. So, like I said, the changelings themselves are genderless. So I guess the oh god, I fucking hate using this word pronoun. But the
Their
best,
pronouns are Z, Zim, Z, Gino.
She,
but
her,
I guess the best pronoun for a changeling would be it.
it,
I
them.
Yeah, no. Them describes group of people.
Oh,
Everybody should be in it. Everyone, all
Yeah, but no,
creatures should be
I
it.
guess it would be it.
is that
is
it
what it
with
would
one
be.
or two
Yeah.
T's?
Two eyes.
No, because cousin it was two T's.
Yeah. So yeah, the changelings would have to be it. That's what it would be.
There
there you
Johann
go.
Naxos is talking about William Shatner now. William Shatner's pronouns
Were.
was.
You
were,
could be a
has
good little
been.
it or thing or whatever you want to be in the future. You could
First
turn
one
into
is what
anything
the-
you want.
Just think
As
about
far-
it. What
as
his
far as
crotch
I'm-
looks like when you look at the definition on his face. His crotch is
Why?
definitely.
Oh,
Why?
there's
I mean,
the
it's like
episode.
Barbie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a Ken doll, right?
That's the
Okay.
episode I was talking about. Yeah, because that in
That's
that
the one.
container that he's holding, that's the
Yep.
other changeling
Yep.
that he was trying to. God damn it! I hate using this word too. Groom.
Mhm.
Groom, yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
God damn it! I freaking hate
A
using.
lot
that
of grooming going on in space.
Oh, the next one,
Yeah.
the best of both worlds.
That's a
when-
great episode. That is a great
Picard.
episode.
Oh, I never watched TNG.
You're crazy.
Well,
Yes, I know I'm crazy. because
Enterprise, TNG, and TOS. This boy won't watch.
I
But
won't watch
basically,
TOS
you.
for a good reason though.
No, it's not a good reason.
It's too dated.
It's not a good reason. That's denying history.
I see what Charles is talking about. It's
Be quiet.
I don't watch it as
future.
much as I watch other series.
Hush
but I
up,
gotta-
old man.
There's still some excellent episodes, though.
I'm
There
going
are.
to take your pudding cup away.
Oh, be nice to me. Be nice to me. I'll stab you in the eye with this.
I'll
And-
stab you in the eye, see? And you can't see.
Where's your eye? Where's your eye?
so I don't know. I forget when this aired. What season was this?
Oh, that's
Maybe
Beard-
third
well, it's-
season.
It's bearded Riker, so it's past season 3. I don't think he had the beard until after season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
so-
of course we get into Star Trek Insurrection when he shaves off the beard and then walks up to Data and says, "Smooth as an android's bottom." And then Data feels the shaven beard and he's like, "Nah."
Spoiler. Oh, by the way, I think this
You've
is like
seen the
4 or
movie.
5. Which one?
Insurrection, the movie.
I may not have. I may not have.
Oh, yeah,
I
with
know
Judas,
you've
yeah.
seen it.
So I do remember being young, and it
Oh,
was
that's good.
scary in a way. You know, just it was creepy, freaky, scary. That Captain Picard was now a Borg, and they are just creepy in general because they're the way they move, and they've got their lasers and their weird arms and shit with all things that come out. It's so funny, like the technology of the time. They'd have, they had these little like servos that just had little things moving around for no reason on the board because it looked cool.
Season 3 and 4, by the way. This was a finale and a
so
premiere.
this was 3 into 4. Yes.
Yeah.
That was a cliffhanger. End of one season, beginning of the next. Right.
And this is also when technically Deep Space Nine kind of starts, or at least it gets referenced in the beginning of Deep Space Nine.
No beard, you're definitely gay. There you go. Oh, sorry.
Fact.
How Cisco
he has a chin beard.
Because of locutor.
Every time I try to grow out my beard, it just basically becomes patchwork. That's it.
Well, the way I look at it, God took away what was on top. At the very least, I can grow it on my chin.
You're hiding from us today.
I am Liquidator Brunt today.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's like a Halloween mask.
Well, it is Spocktober, man. So
it's Spocktober.
There you go.
Hey, you don't have to be visually here when, as far as the content goes, you're bearing the brunt.
That's true. Okay, next, Jim. Next one.
It was a pun.
Well, and actually, Best of Both Worlds, the one we
So
were
this
just
is the
on
episode where O'Brien smelled the fart
Oh yeah,
in a tight hall.
he doesn't look too good there.
He
I mean,
even looks
without
like he
Best of
smelled
Both
the fart
Worlds,
and enjoyed it.
You told me next one. I moved away. Back
just
to Best
to
of
wrap
Both
it up.
Worlds.
You don't need to. But I mean, direct reference in First Contact. Obviously, he remembers being in the collective. You see those images inside of his
reference
brain.
him being in the collective and everything after he was assimilated.
Well, yeah, not really. They do every once in a while, but you get some really nice visuals, especially for the time it came out. It was the computer graphics were awesome for that time. Anyway,
for that time. Emphasis on
What's this
for
crackpot
that time.
talking about?
From
Anyway,
First Contact, the movie, how it looked and why it was.
Okay, I'm trying to remember this episode. What happened in it again?
What's the?
I think this might be the one where where O'Brien comes back and everyone's like against him.
I do remember this episode.
oh, so it's
yes,
like paranoid whispers.
The duplicate O'Brien, right?
the duplicate O'Brien. Yeah,
Right. Who thinks he's the real O'Brien, and everyone on the ship is being all hush hush because they know it's not the real O'Brien, but they got to kind of play along. But he needs to leave so they can take and retrieve him elsewhere, and that's what happens ultimately.
yeah. This was an okay episode.
Yeah,
I wasn't all that impressed with it, but I was like, it's okay. It's not great, but it's not terrible either.
Why can't Molly come with me? Why can't? Yeah, it's like he didn't have any. They wouldn't let him do anything. Oh, that's okay. So and so will take care of that. But that's usually no, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Well,
about
I mean, I first started to suspect that things were off when O'Brien was eating. I don't remember if it was dinner or breakfast with his family, but he walked up to his daughter and he was expecting a hug and a kiss from his daughter. And his daughter just flat out said no and crossed her arms and then ran to Keiko.
Keiko said, "Oh, it's okay, Miles. She's going through a phase."
And I was like, okay, that's suspicious because, like, Miles's daughter, I don't remember her name.
Loved him. Really loved her. Oh,
him,
yeah.
like,
Daddy's little girl.
adored him. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, yeah, there's something going on here.
You little bitch.
Yeah. like it's one of those situations where I was like, listen here, you little shit.
Oh, thank you, Flex. Not as awesome as Kish. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
He goes through a few really crazy psychological things. Well, that wasn't really him, but then you think about when he went to jail in his own mind and had that guy that kept popping up.
Oh, that was great. That was great. Talk about being tormented.
That episode was amazing.
That was
Holy
great.
Shit, I love it.
Well written.
They had that
and
character
acted,
that just was embedded in his mind and kept influencing him later on. And oh, geez.
Yeah, that's where he showed some depth as an actor too, because that's a tough one to be convincing in. He was very good.
Yes.
Yeah, that
He
was
really.
holy crap. I
They
remember
gave
that
him a
episode
lot
like
of.
it was yesterday.
That was
They gave him a,
that was a Miles episode for sure, for sure.
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of meat on this show. Like when he was in Next Generation, obviously he was a much smaller character, and he had a couple of times where he was had
In
some
Next
shine.
Generation, he was basically the guy that oversaw the frickin' transporters. That's
Yeah, he
all
was the transporter chief. Yeah,
He still had his role.
he's an expert in his field.
Yeah.
Did he put it in his
Deep
hollow
Space
butthole?
Nine was the show that gave him a place to truly break
Yeah.
out of his shell and
Yeah.
become a compelling character.
Yeah.
Definitely,
well,
definitely.
I'd say this episode and the one where he was on trial with the Klingons. Remember that one?
Trying to remember. What happened?
Not the was it the Klingons? I'm trying to remember. He was. I think it was. He was.
It was
on.
the Cardassians.
You're
Yeah,
right. It was the
didn't-
Cardassians.
It didn't
and he
sound
was on
familiar that
trial.
I don't.
He
think
was
it
on vacation with Keiko, and they find him and they pull him in, and then he gets assigned a lawyer, and they basically tell him that he's guilty, and he just has to
Right.
go through. And he's
That's
like,
how
"What?"
Cardassian law works. I remember that they had to pull one of his molars because they use that for identification purposes. I remember that.
Mhm.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he just goes through all kinds of shit.
Oh yeah.
You got $2 Australian from Flex 316. They're not as
Thank
good as
you,
American dollars, but they'll
Thank you,
do.
mate.
Very much thanks. Cheers. Rare to find people that get it.
Thanks.
I don't really understand what he means.
No, I understand. We get the whole Star Trek thing.
I don't get it.
We understand it from kind of a political and whatnot standpoint.
He's saying we ain't complete dumbasses.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
don't know what you mean.
Thank you, Flex. That's amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Now
All
you
right,
made
so-
us more popular. You made us more successful than Joey C. Yet again. Thank you. Are you happy?
Scrolling
There we
Luke?
go.
down.
Are
Next
you happy,
one, next-
Luke? I
Hey, this
threw
is
in
how
a-
you do a show, Joe.
Oh,
Yes,
this is where
I-
Keiko gets inhabited by the alien. I remember that.
don't know who she is.
Yeah, Keiko.
I'm trying. I'm
O'Brien's
trying
wife.
to remember this episode. I
No,
don't
I
really
remember it. It's all of a sudden one day Miles is talking to her and she's acting really kind of weird.
No,
She
no, no. I
finds
do
out-
remember this. She gets possessed by a Pa Wraith.
Right, exactly. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's a power
Oh,
race.
Is that what it?
Who wants
she
Miles to
Yeah,
take
she's on a
and-
botany thing, and she
Right.
comes back,
Right.
and yeah, she's all weird.
And the alien wants Miles to configure something on the space station so they can take and blow up the wormhole somehow, or change the wormhole.
Well, if
Yeah,
this is
it's like-
true,
and-
sorry to
and-
interrupt.
in
In the name
order
of Star
to-
Trek, Charles. In the name of Star Trek, just to say peace. Flex, if that's true, then of course Luke and I would say sorry too. I
Yeah,
guess
and
we'll
in
just
order-
have to say sorry to each other soon.
Joey said sorry to what?
I
Joey
don't know,
is
but let
sorry?
Charles continue. And we'll
in
figure
order,
out
like
later.
in this episode, the assignment, in order for the alien to prove its resolve to Miles and to prove that it is actually possessing Keiko, it triggers an aneurysm in Keiko's brain, and she starts to bleed from the nose.
Yeah,
she
Don't
falls.
do
She's like,
that.
She falls,
Don't know
and
what
Miles like
happened.
grabs her and prevents her from falling, and then the Pa Wraith takes control again and says, "See, I can kill your wife at
Yep.
any time. Now will you do what I say?"
And when
And yeah,
no, I was going to say later on in that same episode, because she doesn't trust him because remember, I'm Keiko. I have Keiko knows how you tick, so
Yeah,
I know
I
how
know
you tick. And when the alien thought he was going to go and talk to others, he had her take a header off the top of the the upper level of the space station.
Mhm.
And if she hadn't fallen a certain way, she probably would have killed herself. She came close. That's when Miles said, "Well, I can't fuck around anymore with this because you'll kill her." And
yeah,
I think it's hilarious. Well, the acting job she got to do on that, because she could just change in a second. She's like flop it on the ground. It's like, see, I can do anything to this. I'm in control. I can destroy it any way I want. So you better, if you want your wife back, you better
Right.
do what I say. And she was actually, I just looked, she was actually in the fire caves in Bajor. So, yeah, of course, you're right in the fire caves where the power wraiths live.
And really, that's the first that you really hear about the power wraith, because they don't go heavily into power wraith until much closer to the end, like season 5 into 6 and maybe 6 into 7, where you learn about that. And you see the fire caves, really see them in those last couple of episodes with with Gul Dukat and
Well,
and Nurse Ratchet.
that just reminds me of
Kai
Gul
Wynn.
Dukat being worshiping the power wraiths and starting
Yeah.
his cult on the other space station. That eventually Kira goes to and finds all these Bajorans that are like worshiping him with him, and he's their preacher, and he like got one pregnant and all this shit. It's just like, oh no, it turns into a whole Waco kind of situation.
Oh, and he killed Dax. Oh my God, killed Dax.
Yeah, but there's a reason for Gen
Well,
Z
we know
too.
why. You can thank Rick Berman for that.
Yeah, Rick Berman, the freaking asshole.
He's what a piece of shit he was.
Yeah.
He was a real misogynist, and he didn't get along with a number of the women that like I said, Terry Farrell was one of them. I think they all talked about him a little bit. They didn't say a lot, but they said I didn't kind of get along with the guy. But Terry Farrell, I think, was very outspoken, saying, "Yeah, I was kind of pressured."
And Esri, she had the potential to become a good character, but she only had one season to get character growth, and that's not long enough to get us to care about her.
That's why we should have something else. I mean, I'm sure the character has lived on in some of the lore and some of the novels and whatever that's going on somewhere, I'm sure. But I'd love to see them do something new. Like, what if they just had a baseball game against another crew or something?
Oh my God, the baseball episode.
That was like I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I don't even like baseball, but yet I like that.
That was a fun episode. It was.
It was a fun episode, and it turned out that Rom won them the game.
Yeah.
Fucking Rom.
Oh,
it wasn't pretty, but actually no, they didn't win. They
didn't win. That's right. They didn't win.
They didn't win, but they got a run. They scored at least one time against them, and that's all they wanted to do is just score that one run to say that, hey, you can't shut us down completely.
Yeah, and then of course the Vulcans were like, I mean, I don't know why you're celebrating. You guys didn't win. And then Cisco's like, well, I mean, that's not the point.
Yeah. And the one.
Do I detect a little bit of annoyance in your tone?
I thought you weren't emotional. You guys were.
Oh man, that was such a great episode.
All right, Jimmy, next.
You guys have any thoughts on the Axanar? Did you get into that?
The what? Oh, Axanar? That's that fan film, right?
Yeah.
No idea.
Isn't JG Hertzler involved with that? Martok, JG Hertzler.
I don't know, but I do think I have heard of this thing.
I've heard of it, and if you go to YouTube, there are videos too. I've seen a little bit on it.
Yeah, but didn't the actor that played Martok, didn't he die?
No, Hertzler's still alive.
Oh, I could have sworn he died.
JG Hertzler. No, as far as I know, he's still alive.
Oh, okay.
Prelude to Axanar.
I will confirm that.
Well, I know that like some of the actors, a lot of the older actors are dead, but I know that like some of the actors from DS9 are not around anymore. Odo's actor I know passed away. I think he passed away last year.
Rene Aubergenois, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
he passed away last year, I think. What the hell is going on with Harry Kim?
Oh, that's the Demon Planet. They were the when on a previous episode they landed on the Demon Planet. Harry and Paris become I guess Harry falls into a pool and but they both get consumed by this alien. They're still there, but they get duplicated. And at the very end, it basically the silver blood, as they called it, became sentient once it combined with their DNA, and they were able to take and make copies of things. So eventually, at the end of the episode, they copy the entire crew. They all approve of them copying them all. So what this is, we get fooled initially thinking that this is our regular crew, but it's actually the duplicate crew. And what happens is they're getting further and further away from the demon planet, and they're dying. So once they realize that they're not the regular crew going back to Earth, the decision's made to double back and go back to the demon planet. They never make it. They at least want to make their presence known, and they approach the regular ship because they see them, but they get destroyed because everything just kind of just dissolves at the very last minute, and there's no record of it. We know about it, but the people on the real Voyager don't know about it. It's a very sad episode.
A one and done episode, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's sad. It's sad.
I vaguely remember this episode. Look, I've only ever watched Voyager once, and yeah, I barely remember it. I remember some of the episodes, but not all of them.
Yeah, but yeah,
I know none of the damn episodes that have come up tonight.
Oh,
it's all been Voyager and Deep Space Nine, though.
So go to the next one. Next one. What's the next one?
This one sounds fun, though. Demon planets and such.
Impulse Enterprise.
Oh, God damn it. Are you serious?
Oh, this one I hate. This is where they all become lizard people, right? They all mutate.
I mean, it just looks ridiculous. Let's see.
This is fucking zombies.
Yeah, it's zombie
no.
Vulcans.
This is where they're on the ship, and they're being affected by the this is the Zindi episode, so this is later on. Grindel hasn't gotten that far yet, so maybe we won't say much about it.
Maybe we'll just go down to this one. TNG, Frame of Mind.
Oh yeah, that's where he keeps seeing himself in a play. Isn't that the one?
He's in a play, but he keeps seeing himself in an insane asylum.
Right.
On some planet, and there's a bunch of other aliens that are with him, but eventually he comes back to the ship and he's like, what the hell's going on?
But we find out it's all a ploy, right? That there's a Romulan that's been fucking around with him. And finally, at the end, he says, I'm calling you out. And he finally proves that they're fucking with him because, he pulls a Columbo and show me your cards, pal. I know what's going on right now. But I remember that.
Squints at him and he's like,
yeah.
You got a glass of milk.
Is this episode similar to what they did in Deep Space Nine with Avery Brooks's character, where they went back to the 50s, with him being in that mental asylum?
Not really. It's more
it's a little bit different.
It's almost not really, but it's kind of more like there was a Voyager episode where what's the Vulcan in Voyager there? What's his Tuvok? He has a really mental episode where he doesn't know what's going on, and he keeps having these spells where he's changing locations and he's not trustworthy during that whole episode. But this one, Frame of Mind, the acting in it is, I mean, Jonathan Frakes, he's okay, but man, he's very frantic in this, but I don't know, it feels weird. It's such a weird feeling episode because of the way he's acting in it. What's JF? Yeah, Jonathan Frakes.
Jonathan Frakes.
He's the man.
Frakes the man.
All right, next.
One final thing to say about Jonathan Frakes. I would love to have Jonathan Frakes walk up to me and ask me just a bunch of random questions.
Have you?
Charles Whedon, do you like the taste of a man?
Not questions like that.
Jonathan Frakes, Xanatos. There's
there it
episode
is.
you're talking about.
There
it is.
You're right. There he is.
Michael Keaton? Not Michael Keaton. What's
Michael
McKean?
Keane?
Michael McKean. Mike McKean. Okay.
Mike
right.
McKean. Yeah.
Oh, he was great. He was great.
Yeah, this was a great episode.
It's an homage, I think, to the
How is this
DS9
movie?
episode where, remember when they were stuck in a game?
Yep, I
couple-
remember
Oh
that episode.
God. Avery Brooks saying that was his least favorite episode of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hop, hop, hop. What was that?
Yeah, they had to hop.
Run away, run away, run away home. Whatever.
Yeah.
That was horrible. That was a horrible episode. There weren't many clunkers on DS9. That was the number one clunker. That was the worst of the worst.
was
No, there
early.
was another one. There was another one in DS9 that was bad, and that was the Storyteller. It was the one where Miles had to go to that village on Bajor and have to
Oh
take over
yeah.
his
Oh
He
yeah. I
was
remember
the
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't like that episode either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one where Quark has to become a woman. That one also was.
You
Oh,
have
yeah,
to
that
believe. You have to make them believe.
Believe.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, man.
What else
Yeah,
is
but
scary?
the one where Quark gets like he transitions. Yeah, that's an episode that we just don't talk about.
When you said
Oh.
next, I'm sorry, I was reading comments. Did you mean go to the next one, or were you saying something?
No, I said go to the next one. Yeah, because
Okay.
we had talked about that one earlier, and then we kind of went off on other.
Hello,
stuff.
Dominic. This is the
I'm
one
not
where
gonna
they
be
had,
funny.
where they had to blow up a bag of meat.
This is first.
Oh, I like
season,
this episode.
Next Generation,
This-
where Picard gets called by a captain he knew from the academy,
And they're
with,
on
like,
Earth.
a sort of secret thing. And then he meets these other captains. They ask him a bunch of questions. He answers.
It's
them
all
right.
very similar to something that happens in Picard, is it not?
Kind
they
I
all
of.
get
feel like
they-
I saw the same progression of scenes.
But they're all filled up with these little creatures that are controlling them. And,
Creatures.
but
They
there's-
put creatures in our bodies.
and they almost look like those creatures. Yes, the
Yeah.
ones from Wrath of Khan, like they're little.
Captain, they
yeah.
put creatures in our bodies.
And it's a giant conspiracy because so many people
a
are-
CON
have these
conspiracy.
have these things in them. And this was the banned episode from certain
Yes,
from
yes, this
England,
was.
maybe.
Because of this scene, because of this,
Yes.
because of his head getting blown up.
It's
But
so
so they-
gruesome.
They blew up
That
a
they were
bag
like-
of meat or something like
So
that. Is how they get that
gross.
effect. Oh, it was great. Kaboing.
And
Kablooey.
I think it got it got left out of a lot of like DVD sets and and
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
wherever, depending on where it was sold.
In the UK, it was banned in the UK for even long. I don't think they banned it in the States, but it was banned in the UK. That much I remember.
Yeah, but they kind of tried to forget about it for a little while.
Well, today it's like you see a lot worse than this on most any other show at this point.
But being a viewer of the show, and I hadn't seen this in a long time, just they didn't show it as much even on Sci-Fi or I hadn't seen it in years and years. So then when I went through it, probably 6 or 7 years ago when I could, I was like, wow, that was pretty for Star Trek: The Next Generation. That was pretty gruesome.
Yeah, that was
like the worst thing they've ever done with like that. They might show people like burnt up a little bit or like, even a limb blown up. But this was just so like, whoa, that's gross.
See, the Australians said, this is okay. We don't
Oh,
care.
all right. Nice. Well,
Cool.
yeah, I mean, come on. You can walk outside, something will bite you and kill you. So
They got fucking chlamydia koalas oozing all over the street. They don't mind a little gore.
rocks and even a wallaby if it's got rabies. Come on.
Hey,
Next Generation.
Next!
next generation. Oh, there we
All
go. Strange
those
New
who
World.
wander.
Now I'm trying to remember this episode.
I think that's the episode where they were dealing with the baby Gorn, and it's the one where Hemmer gets infected and he sacrifices.
Oh yeah, yeah. Good call.
Gorn
Charles,
breeding colony and their inner
yeah.
demons.
That was,
Yep.
and where they're small and you didn't know where they were coming from. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
kind of scary. They really kind of did that well.
Yeah.
Spock looks very scared there. Looks very-
Charles
they did-
Whedon, Flex really wants you to start your own Stargate show. He is desperate for it. This is like his
You have to start with
88th
the movie.
Stargate comment.
Look. I mean, I could talk about Stargate all the live long day, but I mean, I need to watch Stargate again.
Well, what better reason than to brainwash Richard Kish into loving it,
That's
to
like
preach the gospel.
You got
It's
me to
like,
watch Lower Decks, guys. Anything's possible in this day and age.
Well, when it comes to Stargate, I would definitely recommend watching the 1994 movie, the SG-1 TV show, the Atlantis TV show, and then the 2 TV movies. Everything else, just ignore. Don't even bother. Just
There's
watch
more.
all-
Everything else.
A
There's
lot
this,
more.
and this and this and
Forget
this
everything
and
else.
this.
This is what
But
you
all
want.
the others.
Becky wants to stargaze with you, Charles.
Oh, that's lovely.
Stargaze. There you go. That's kind of like half Podrants, half Tee. It's
We
a
can
weird
do
between-
Alpha Podrants Journey Through the Stargate special episodes.
There you go. We could do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
But no,
what's this-
I could talk about Stargate like all the time. I mean, there's plenty to talk about.
Stargate
I
is
know
his
my
code word
parents
for
talk about
Becky's
Atlantis.
vagina.
Stargate.
I
My
could talk
parents
about
watched
Arc
it.
of Truth. I could talk about Continuum. I could talk about the 1994 movie. So yeah.
But could you talk about Schisms, the next generation
Oh
Oh
episode?
my god.
Schisms?
Another one.
I never
Schisms?
wa-
F word.
I don't even know anything
Don't
about
do
this,
that
but-
to me.
Is that what happens when you jerk off, Jim?
I
You
have
got
asbrainia. I have what
Schisms?
Bruce Willis
I
has.
just
Okay.
Schismed all over the place.
All over. I got schism
That's
on
my
you.
schism rag.
The correct pronunciation of what Bruce Willis
Schism
has
rag.
is
That's disgusting.
aphasia.
Aphasia is asbrainia. No, that's what it's asbrainia. I got it. I know what it is.
Oh, I like that double-edged sword there.
When you
or
mix
knife.
your senses, aphasia, is that what?
That's a nice
Aphasia
sword.
is a neurological thing where I think like one of the symptoms is that you try to say one word, like if you try to say like applesauce, but you end up saying like goose fart.
Oh,
Oh.
dyslexia?
So then I
that's
really
not
do
dyslexia.
have asbrainia because that's what I do all the time. Like I'll call the remote control, like hand me the skeleton. You know, I do it all the time, and I even tell the woman she has to correct me. Can't allow me to come up with all these stupid terms. I can't just call. I call things very weird things. So yeah, I'm confident I'm gonna suffer Bruce Willis's fate
Oh, please. No.
I
Jim.
doubt
of
that.
being damn sexy.
As long as you get plenty of sleep, you won't get dementia. They
Okay.
say.
Yeah, well, there you
Jim,
go. I'm getting
Jim,
dementia.
At that point,
lots of
I
sleep.
seriously doubt that.
Listen, I said it on a recent episode of something we did. I'm in a race with this woman because, she's from dementia's people. So I'm just trying to get it before her so I don't have to deal with her shit.
She has to take care of you.
Yeah.
No. I'm laughing at what fucking Becky said.
Oh.
God
Oh,
damn
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's great. There you go. You blew the safe word, Charles. How could you do that? She trusted you. She fucking trusted
Fuck.
you, and you blew the safe word. No, Becky, he can't keep a secret, obviously. Poor Charles. Hey, I like that knife because
So this
you can pierce both the heart and the jugular at the same time. That's great. That's
Oh,
dead.
yeah,
Dead.
man.
I
So I
still think though. I still think Worf's like weapon of choice is better. Which
the bat lift?
apparently, which not the bat lift, the other one, the one that apparently Riker cannot lift on his own.
What's
Oh, yeah. Later on.
From Picard, when Worf handed them the little like weapon, and Riker could barely lift the weapon, and we
that's
finally
great. I
realized
remember
how
that
heavy
now.
it was.
Yep, I remember that now.
So in
Yeah.
this episode here in Next Generation, they all start having these weird dreams, and then they go into the holodeck, and everyone has like adds a piece, and they come up with this weird table,
Mhm.
and then it's what this table is that he's laying on, and they realize that they're all being like dissected by some weird aliens. I don't know if it's from another dimension or something. It's another really strange one.
Alien from another dimension. Sounds like a B movie.
All of it's on
And then you have one from Voyager. What's this one about? What's this one?
I'm trying to remember.
Now you guys feel like big old idiots
Hey,
now, just like me.
Well, if you go by the name with one picture, that's kind of hard to say.
Isn't this the one where I'm thinking of
Seven
an
got diddled by a fucking goblin.
No. I'm thinking of an episode where Seven of Nine and Harry Kim are being held captive by aliens, and they're being kept in an interrogation room. And Seven is trying to come up with a plan with Harry, and they're trying to escape. And I think this is that episode.
That has some credence to it. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of a number between 1
And 1.
1 and 7 of 9.
1.
All right. Well, go to the description. That
Number 69, dudes. It's
14. On the crew.
Oh, that's right. That's where they're going through the nebula, and they have to put everybody into suspended animation. But because
Oh.
she's Borg, she's running the ship. It's just her and the doctor, and she starts hallucinating after a while because she was used to being part of the collective. Then she had to get used to being, with no collective. Now she's got nobody. So she's going through sensory deprivation, I would say, and she was hallucinating. And that was one of her hallucinations.
Okay, so I was wrong.
No, but that was a very good guess, though.
Okay.
a good try.
But yeah, 1 made sense because she was the only one that was,
But what makes real sense right now is to move on so that we don't rub it into Charles's face here.
Oh, well, Empok Nor, remember.
I don't care. But I mean, Empok Nor, however, I do remember that episode.
Yep.
That episode was very, very tense.
Yeah.
Because it involves not 1, not 2, but 3 Cardassians hiding on Empok Nor that were affected by some type of psychotropic drug.
Right.
And they were picking off the Federation officers one by one as they were trying to bring power back to the station.
Right. And then Garrett gets affected.
Yeah, and they were starting to freak out, and Garrick, like you said, was starting to be affected, and they had to incapacitate Garrick so that once they figured out what was going on, so that they could take him back to Deep Space Nine and
detox him.
and detox him.
Didn't he wind up killing one member of the crew?
Yes, he
ended up stabbing. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up stabbing somebody.
Yep.
And then once Garrick was detoxed and he was fine, he felt regret for what he had done.
Yeah.
Like he felt like regret for killing that officer.
Yeah.
Was it one of the blue people, like Mott? I forget. I don't know what.
Yeah,
species
it was.
they are.
It was. Yep.
Yeah. Bolian. I think
right.
his species is called a Bolian.
A Bolian.
Yeah.
But yeah, Andrew Robinson showing his depth as an actor again. He was great. He was great.
Yeah. But no, Empok Nor was a great episode.
That was a good episode.
It was very good.
Next,
Jim, before you go on, from what you're saying here about these guys tripping out and some shit, there's a lot of psychotropic drugs and stuff mentioned in Star Trek. Started making me wonder if Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz and Gene Roddenberry were all some kind of secret mushroom cult. What the hell? My headphones are ripped.
Why not?
Because even going up ahead to Discovery, you got the whole thing with the Mycelium Network and Paul Stamets.
Yeah. Huh.
So there's a lot of psychedelics going on in the various Star Trek shows.
You have to be on shrooms.
No, definitely not. Because I don't even think Star Trek would be fun on shrooms. If you want my opinion.
Or maybe
It
when
would
they
be
did their
interesting
writing
on
sessions, they did some sort of psychotropic drug.
I mean, you kind of have to be on
I would
something
think
to
that.
come up with an oversized tardigrade that is able to travel through the mycelial network.
No, that's just science, buddy.
That's science fiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, nerds. Let's see if we can get to something that you know. That's another one. Well, you knew the conspiracy.
It's over now.
Oh, that was number one.
Oh man, we were
I
just
thought there were
Well, we've been here a
22 of them.
while.
There were 20. We went through 22 of them.
No, I thought there were.
It's at the top. It said 22.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Maybe we started in the middle because you sent me a weird thing. I don't know. You were sending me all types of Becky vagina pictures.
Yeah. It
Oh
started,
my
yeah. That was
God.
the first
We
one
looked
up.
at a lot of them. We've been doing this a long time. Remember, we looked
Yeah.
at this. There it was Becky's vagina.
Oh, see. Yeah.
Here's this one. Discovery. Context is for Kings. A prequel to the original. Oh, yeah. Do you recall this episode, anyone?
I think we breezed through this one. We didn't even.
I did
really
watch.
discuss
I
it.
was still watching Discovery.
Oh,
when,
we did
when,
look at this.
when what's his name was. I like that. Yeah, Jason Isaacs. I like him as an actor.
Yeah,
I
Lorca
would have
was a
much
good one.
preferred
Oh, that's the
Lorca.
first one. Oh.
I would much rather
Oh.
prefer to have Lorca as
Oh,
captain.
remember
instead
this
of
one,
Michael Burnham.
Monsters.
Now,
When
what
he
season is
really-
that? Because I don't remember that.
This is Picard.
That was season 2.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
that was
okay?
season
Yeah,
2.
I haven't seen it. Well, it's okay. You can spoil it for me. I don't care.
Well, he
Um,
just really starts to remember his past, basically.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he starts.
Yeah,
to
some messed
remember-
up stuff in his past, which supports the theories that he. I don't know. Is this guys? Is this like anyone else's theory or just mine? Because I know I mentioned it on
in that-
Podrants about Picard murdering Crusher's husband.
In that
Well, he doesn't
particular
murder. He
scene-
sends him away on a mission, and
Yeah,
and
but
he
I
just happens to
theorize it
die.
was intentional. We don't know that. That's just a story.
But in that particular scene of Picard is remembering that his mother was sent away by his father, and that his father was either directly or indirectly responsible for the death of his mother, and he had issues with his father because of that. But over the course of the season, he begins to realize that it was actually his mother that had the problem, and that his father was only doing what was best for him. In that it turned out that his father was only trying to protect Picard from his mother, because his mother was mentally ill and was constantly putting Picard in situations that was putting him in danger. And Picard's father was trying to prevent that from constantly happening.
Yeah, like going down into the basic dungeon
And-
area underneath the vineyard and all that.
He ended up
Color.
inadvertently, without realizing it, or he remembers it. He ended up killing his mother by unlocking a door that allowed her to kill herself.
Yeah, I do remember that. He was
yeah.
like.
So that
he is
really
somewhat-
happened, or that's what he thought.
No, that's what really
That's
happened. It's what he
really
learns
happened.
throughout the
Wow.
season.
Yeah, he kind
Man.
of buried that memory, but he finally realized that he is in a way responsible for the death of his own mother.
That had to fuck him up big time.
Yeah.
Well, he always
Well,
had a
and
problem
again,
with
that's
women.
what I mean. What lends to my theory? Again, I don't want to call it my theory because I don't know if it is one out there. I can't imagine it's not. Everything to me shouts Picard sent that man to his death.
You
Trying
really
to get
think
that
that?
woman.
I don't think
Oh
he
no,
consciously
Jim
did
has
that.
been saying that for years.
Well, I
Yeah.
know he always loved Beverly in his own way, but he couldn't pursue her because that he was a friend, so he couldn't take and do
But
that. They were
was
all
he
friends.
a friend because he was with Beverly? Is that
Nah.
or what? Chicken or the egg? Which
Yeah,
one came
exactly.
first?
It's kind of you could take either stance on that if you want.
Yeah,
to.
Or
Flex.
was
He hated
Picard
his dad,
afraid
yes,
of
Yeah.
Kardashian
realized he shouldn't have.
Oh
attacks.
man!
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Hi
fuck's
there.
sake.
Hi there, baby.
Yes.
Oh,
We're cute. That one stays. That one stays in.
four Goldicots and
Yeah.
and one Casey and one Damar.
Why? Why are there 4
Damar.
Ducats?
Oh, there had I wanted to.
Yeah, and Casey Biggs was a character that Damar grew on me. Like I said, he eventually.
Oh no! Dumar had some of the best character development.
Oh,
in
he
the
did
entire
absolutely.
show. And his great character development happened over a short period.
It did, and
Yeah.
he played on the famous
the open
episode where they all go back as the writers in the 50s. He plays the psychologist in the mental institution that Cisco is in, and
Yeah,
he was
he
great.
does.
Yeah, he was
The
great.
key.
Yeah. But my God, why? Why are there 4 Ducats?
I don't know. They're kind of sexy.
Oh my God.
Hey, I don't know. This just came in through the hotline. What do they through the Pal Talk hotline? What do they call it there, Luke?
Pal talk.
I
God.
don't know.
Opie and Anthony days. Wow.
Right. I'm
Get back
trying
in the
to.
time machine there, Jim.
Yeah. I can't tell you what time I'm communicating
Oh
to you
yeah,
guys.
he's all over the place for time. He keeps jumping back and forth. We don't even know where he is right now.
Yeah.
What do you see out the window?
Can't talk about it. Classified. But I can tell you,
course.
my time machine is doing good, and my mission is going good, and I'll be back in our
Machine?
normal
I'm
time.
sorry. What?
I'm time traveling lately. That's why I've been communicating through this time television designed by Dr. Walter J. Flanagan, where I'm communicating to you all from an undisclosed time where I'm on a mission.
Okay,
For the-
I'm gonna have to unleash the time Fuhrer.
Well,
No.
you can't because you don't know the details. So you can there's nothing you can say about it.
Yeah, people are still waiting for you to
Yeah,
adjust
nothing
the
to
tracking
complain
on your
about yet.
VCR there, Jim.
Oh
my
yeah, we
God.
mentioned this earlier.
No, that's part of the that keeps me from being nauseous.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's
yeah, that's Moogie. That's not
Lukey.
Quark as a female. That's right.
Someone
Doesn't
else
watch
also
the other
Richard
shows on his
Kish.
network.
Yes.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
know. I just
No, I don't watch Night Creeps.
yeah. This is a known
Why would you?
Becky.
Oh, Night Creeps is the best.
Not Jay Leno says, "Howdy gang, nanu, or some shiz." Well, nanu to you too. What's your name? What were we at now?
No, wait, not yet. Not yet.
Battle of the Planets jokes. Anytime, Dom.
I
All right,
What
well
was
then
that? What
start.
was Battle of the Planets?
have no idea.
Me neither. I'm waiting for these two oldies to figure it out.
Oldies, what?
Richard and this Dominic character.
Who knows? Who
Talk
knows?
about
You. Which one of you?
Battle of the Planet.
Episode guide. Let's see.
Battle of the Planets.
Images. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Copy.
Are we looking for Battle of the Planets jokes? Is that where we just went?
I don't know what it even is. Well, what did we? Let's see.
I just threw it in
what
the
did we-
private
oh,
chat.
So what did we learn today?
What did we learn today?
What did we learn?
Actually, did you see the? Oh, you did see this picture, didn't you? Because you saw the clip that I made. But yeah,
Show enough.
that's more as a. But anyway, you don't even watch Deep Space Nine. So
AI Morn.
Let's see what else. Oh, shoot. Well, we learned a couple things.
That
Oh,
Charles
that was from
took
last
off.
week. Hold on. We learned that it's Spocktober. He left.
He's not there now.
He just left. So we
Well,
learned
you
it-
reached his. This is all you paid for.
We learned that ghoulish Vulcans are very scary.
and that. Oh, he's back. Different people turn into different things
Yes.
when they start to evolve. Oh, here we go.
Depending
Here we
upon
go.
their
Okay.
DNA, I guess.
Yeah,
Adam.
sorry about that.
All right. Why do the G-Force members make great chefs?
Why?
Because they're experts at turning spam into a gourmet meal with their it's not over yet, with their Phoenix Flare cooking. What? Okay, got another one. What do you do? What do you call it when G-Force takes a day off?
What?
A Galactor holiday. How does Keop keep his cool in a toit situation?
Ow.
He just says, "Squawk it to me, Chief."
Oh.
Two more. Why did Mark decide to become a pilot for G-Force?
Why?
Because he wanted to G-Force his way into adventure and save the world from evil. And finally, how do the Spectrans react when G-Force is on their tail? They say, looks like the birds are back, and they're really keyed up this time.
They're keyed up.
Those were written by robots.
Robots? Oh.
Robots.
We also learned
In space, no one can hear you laugh.
I actually do want to get my kids into Star Trek through Prodigy. I think that'll work.
That's
Thank the
cool.
robots, Dominic.
I mean, yeah, I guess Prodigy would be a good entry point for the younger generations.
And then maybe I show them a little bit of Voyager, some Voyager episodes.
Show them parts of the
Janeway-
original animated series. I think that's
Yeah,
You know what? I had that on, and yeah, they were kind of like, "Oh, you watching Star Trek? I should, yeah, I'll put that on." A little
yeah.
more
The animated
probably,
series,
but
I think, is
definitely
because, like I
Yeah,
said,
but-
go Go on.
So I was just going to say, don't let your kids do what I did, which is what for me, I did not get into Star Trek until I was already into my 20s. I got
Right,
into
yeah.
Star Trek way later than I should have. So it's just like, I mean, just like let them get into the franchise when they're young so that when they get older, by that point, they'll be able to appreciate it more.
Well, let me
Yeah.
ask you this: when you were young, before you watched it, did you? Why didn't you? Was it sort of like, oh, that's the standard corny
Uh, t-
nerd
t-
thing?
to be honest, you're probably gonna laugh at me for this, and to be honest, Jim is probably going to leave the call for this.
Oh, I am. It's my bedtime.
Uh,
So this would be a great reason for me to. Go
um,
ahead. Go ahead.
I
Star Trek. Because he
uh,
loves Star Trek. Because he's a little jerk.
but no, it's because when I was growing up, I was more of a fan of Star Wars.
That's what I meant. Star Wars. That I see. I
Yeah.
couldn't even say that dirty word.
Right.
It's just, I mean,
I tried to,
I was
and I
more of
couldn't
a
either.
fan of that, and me being a kid, I was like, you know what? I'm not a fan of Star Trek because it was for like old people, and I was like, that's just not for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, Star Wars is where it's at. I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
my
exactly.
thing and everything.
Hmm.
Well, that's what
And-
Luke has to say to what you say. This is what I have to say.
Yeah, but
Quick, take your thing down.
But
I'll say,
what-
this is what I have
but-
to say.
But what got me into Star Trek, however,
Was Scott Bakula.
No,
Mhm.
god damn it. Scott Bakula ruined
you've
the
said it a
franchise.
million times how much you love Scott Bakula.
Yeah. But no,
As
what
Jonathan
got me
Archer.
into Star Trek was surprisingly Star Trek Nemesis. That's what got me.
Oh,
in.
that's right.
Really?
Because
I gotta get
that
one.
was the first Star Trek movie I ever watched.
How old were you then?
I was 21 or 22 when I
Okay.
watched it.
All right.
And yeah, it's just I watched Star Trek Nemesis, and I thought the fight scene, like the space battle scenes in that movie, were amazing. And I
Wow.
thought like the Enterprise E versus the Scimitar, I thought was freaking cool.
Goddamn right.
I thought
Not Jay Leno.
the back and forth between Picard and Shinzon of Remus was very cool. I thought everything about the movie was great. And after watching that movie, I went back and watched the other movies. I watched Insurrection. I watched First Contact. When I watched First Contact, that made me realize that is my favorite Star Trek movie of all time. I fucking love that movie.
Cool.
First
Weird
Contact
today.
to me is perfect. Like nothing tops it. It is a perfect movie.
You made me realize. Oh, go ahead. There's more to that.
But no, it's just First Contact was amazing.
God damn it, Charles.
Insurrection is good, but First Contact was great. And then I also went back and watched the TOS movies.
Right.
They're okay in varying like degrees. Like some are better than others, some are worse than others. But
You get to see Kirstie Alley in that second movie.
I never thought she was all that attractive.
Oh,
I never did.
Man.
She just wasn't my thing.
Had the hots for her in that second movie, man. She looked like he
Yeah,
made a
but,
great Vulcan.
she just wasn't my thing. But
That's all right. To each his own.
But no, just
Not Jay Leno. Charles says you sound a bit like a Ferengi, or you sound a little Ferengi. Yeah, I thought you said you sound like a little Ferengi.
All right. So that begs the question, Luke, how old were you when you got into Star Trek?
Well, I mean, my dad was into it ever since he was a kid. He's your age, so when I was young, I knew of Star Trek, and he had tapes, and he would watch it, and I kind of, I saw some of the old ones, but I was 7 years old when Next Generation first came out, and my dad was such a big fan that we watched it. So I sat
There
down
you go.
every week and watched it, and I loved
Cool.
it. So, I don't remember watching certain episodes at that age, but
Gotcha.
as I got older, we always watched it. So, and then you know what? Even when Deep Space Nine was on, I didn't watch all of Deep Space Nine because I didn't appreciate it as much because they went so much into religion.
Right,
And at the time, I was on my own little journey with religion. So I was like, I don't want to hear about, this is like, oh, God, dogmatic shit. Yeah. But,
well,
And then I missed a lot of that and came in at the end when I was like, oh, wow, there's like a war going on and all kinds of crazy shit. What's going on? Oh, shit.
Cool.
Well, I just, I mean, having been a late bloomer to Star Trek, I regret that. I wish I had gone back and watched this stuff a lot earlier because I would be more appreciative of it now.
Better late than never, though.
That is true. Better late than never.
Better late
But
than never.
I don't know. It's just, I mean, if I had watched Deep Space Nine when it first aired, oh man, I think I'd be even more of a fan of it than I am now.
Oh, I did. I did.
I don't know. Maybe you'd be bored of it because I've been with the Doors like my whole life, and now I'm kind of bored with them. I was into the Star Trek. My first memories are 1986 in the movie theater, seeing the one with the whales, and
Oh yeah.
in specific Spock crossing the
3, I
street
think.
with the taxi.
Star Trek
That
3.
scene sold me, and then when I saw the next movie in the theater, and they got those flying space boots, and he's catching them with the
I
with
saw
the
that
climbing.
in the theater too, man.
Yeah.
That those two scenes sold me to Star Trek, but I and then I didn't really keep up too much. I only watched a little bit. Voyager was the first one that I actually watched a full season of when it was on the air. Like I watched random episodes of TNG, a lot of TNG. So all the movies up until Generation or the one after in the theater from part 4 on.
Yeah,
But yeah, so then it wasn't until Discovery that I really got back into them, and
Right.
now I have all this Star Trek to get into. So
yeah.
Well, I got
But,
you. Go on, Charles.
Yeah, just to say quickly, not Jay Leno, to reply to your comment about DS9 was heavy going for kids. My first viewing of DS9, I was already in my 30s.
Right.
I was
Oh,
in
yeah, this
my,
one
I was
too,
in my
Jay
mid
Leno.
30s when I watched it for the first time.
And I would agree because Deep Space Nine is a little more ethereal. You have to think, a little. The writing was great. I think it was a little more complex than some of the other series.
Yeah.
So,
All right, are you ready, Charles? Or Brunt?
Oh no.
It's time.
Oh
Battle.
no.
No. Now you're just battling a Gorn. Ah, there he is. Get him.
Gorn,
Hit him.
Gorn.
Ah,
Gorn.
there's a Gorn in front of you.
I'm
Get him.
gonna do a right hook. I'm gonna
Oh.
dodge.
so sorry.
Yeah, no.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, no.
Whoops.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. Actually, do you remember? Oh man, I wish I could load them all up. When we had an attack one time, from a Gorn ship, or from, I set up like a whole attack. It was fun. I don't know, but we had someone there who really didn't want to play along. So anyway.
Well, I got you all.
Bwomp, bwomp.
I got you all beat on first time watching it. 1966, the very beginning of the original series. I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
And remember watching it, I think it was Thursday nights, I think is when it first started. Watching it with my dad on our black and white Zenith TV set, the console on the Lazy Susan that had the pane of glass in front of it, so you wouldn't get hit by the radiation, or at least so they thought at the time. But that was my first memory of Star Trek, was watching first run episodes of the original. That's how fucking old I am, but the original series, but in black and white because we had a black and white TV set. I remember that.
You had to worry about radiation from your TV?
That's the early TV sets. If you bring up sets from like the 60s, the black and white sets, they had a pane of glass between you and the TV tube. And there was a reason for it. I guess I don't know. Maybe it was reflect. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Well, I want to
then.
say you're not that old, Richard Kish. You look
Oh.
barely a day over 68.
Bless you, sir. And 65 it would have been
Ow,
nice to
ow.
say 65. It would have been nicer if you shot for 65. 68 is a little, you're pushing a little bit.
Oh, we
Your
learned
heart's in
that
the right
it's
place.
we did learn that it's very possible that Charles would bang a Kardashian.
Yes.
Kardashian.
Yes.
We also learned that
that taking a dump on the lawn while you're being
Yep.
showered with water is fun.
Ow.
hold on, wait, hold on. Different people like to take showers different ways.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Some sonically.
I knew it. I
Some with
fucking knew
darkened
it. I knew
bodies.
you guys were going to share it again.
It's all
tan,
Luke. Has nothing
Charles.
to do with me. This is Luke and your girlfriend.
Charles ain't
What
no
else
racist. Look at that tan.
Right?
What was this then? I can't remember. Did I show this? What is this?
This is Dracula.
The LaForge thing, Dracula. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's-
So we showed it all.
we
And like
showed it
Dominic
all.
Sin said, great show, everyone. He's telling us
Dominic.
to get out of here.
Yeah,
I
he's
love you,
telling us to
Dominic.
get out of here. Well,
Dominic saying, scissor each other already.
I
Rub
think
those
that we
mounds
should,
together.
Oh, so I got this picture here.
That's
I
a
was
great
looking-
picture, by the way.
When I was
Yeah,
looking
what
for
did we
all
even
this-
do about Spock? Where was the Spocktober theme? We didn't mention Spock once in this episode.
But it's still gonna be Spocktober. Well, I don't know, Spocktober. I was gonna say spooky. I should have.
I'm still not clear if you're making up Spocktober or if this is something.
I
No,
well, I
that-
just made it so I didn't have time to compile things about Spock. But
Did you
Tune
make
in
up?
next
That's not the
week.
question I'm
have-
asking you. Did
this
you
is a
make up
two-parter.
Spocktober, you fucker?
I read it somewhere, so I
All
ran
right.
with
So
it.
see, he was being vague because he didn't make it up.
Yeah. It had an
Wanted
Opie
the
and Anthony
credit.
feel to it.
I got it from here. You know, live long. No, not live long and prosper.
Rub those
Right.
boogies together.
Oh,
should-
that.
Nobody can see us rubbing it because you had another banner up, you weirdo.
Yeah.
You had a thing up. Take it down so you can rub your. There you go.
There you are. Boogie.
Scissor with Moogie. Live long and scissor, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be
I'm
back
totally
next week.
longing and scissoring right now, but you can't see it because it's
Look,
just
I'm
my
doing it
avatar.
too. I'm doing.
I'm
I'm
doing
doing it too. I'm gonna do it
Oh,
too.
you're doing it. I'll just do this.
Okay. Good night. Love everybody.
Love you
Watch
guys.
more Star Trek.
Yay.
See
Good
ya.
night, everyone.